Alright, let's try that again. Let's go. So I feel like a likely lead would be the Tapu Koko. I don't really see anything else he would try to throw at me. Maybe like the Magnezone. That could probably try and set up a Thunder Wave or something, but I think the Tapu Koko is probably the most likely. So I'm going to throw out the Nidoking. And don't really know what this thing wants to do. It doesn't learn a Psychic move, I checked. But could we run like an Air Balloon on the Magnezone, and that's what he's going to go into, or Zapdos? I'm going to click Ice Beam. Okay. It has the Levitate, that makes sense. So we'll go into a Moongus and see what this thing wants to do. Hydro will not do very much. Obviously, they're immune to Spore. So I'm expecting Zapdos or Magnezone here. No, it just misses a Thunder Wave. Giga Drain does about half. I don't know how you extend Electric Terrain. I don't know what item it is. So he's going to go into Zapdos or Magnezone here. Zapdos. And Giga Drain does about 8%. Probably a Hurricane coming in. I'll go nice Yellow Go here. Extra Sensory does a little bit. So can't Sludge Wave because the Magnezone. Magnezone comes in. That'll break its sturdy. Not sure what this thing wants to do. Probably a Flash Cannon. Or a move of that sort. Back to Nidoking or Slowking. I think back to No. We'll go to Slowking. I need Nidoking healthy. More of that. And a Volt Switch right away. Which makes sense. Let's see what he has for this. Probably the Raichu here. We're back to Koko. Zeraora. This wants to bulk up or Plasma Fist. Unless he's running Special Zeraora like he talked about. But I think that my best chance is probably just back to Nidoking, yeah. Knockoff, man. Did a ton. Holy, yeah, I think I've already lost. Yeah. Getting outplayed here, like, hard. I still don't really know how to use this team, which is a big problem. Okay, now I can click Spore, because Electric Terrain isn't in. Unless he goes Koko immediately, which could happen. So yeah, that can go to sleep. Sleep causes on, so foul play on whatever comes in. Koko comes back. What does this even want to do? Calm Mind? If this is Calm Mind, I'm probably fucked regardless. I'll go back to Slowking. It just clicks Volt Switch again. And then back to Zeraora. And it just clicks Knockoff, and I probably sack Nidoking then. And here's Raichu. This probably can't one-shot me. I'll just click Sludge Bomb. I don't think Rising Voltage will kill me. Click Nasty Plot. Sludge Bomb doesn't kill it. Now do I sack something? Hex? Probably want to sack like Toxapex here. And then I'm going to sit here for a while and pretend like I don't know what I'm doing. He's got a life orb. Although he'll probably see this coming, but... No, he doesn't. So Raichu goes down, Electric Terrain is gone, and Rotom comes back in. Asleep for no turn, so... I mean, I still don't have much to do against this thing. I'll send this Thing back in. And just click Sludge Bomb or Eerie Spell. I think he might just sack the Rotom, to be honest, because... Yeah, I don't think he's planning to get much use out of the Rotom. Hydro Pump does not have that much PP. He wakes up after one turn, that's kind of unlucky. Probably a Magnezone, expecting me to... What does Magnezone do? I have Fire Blast. Might just be able to stay in. Does this want to Volt Switch too? He probably just Volt Switches expecting me to switch out. Into what? He'll see my, thing. I'll click Fire Blast. He uses Iron Defense. And Fire Blast hits him for a lot of damage and a burn. So Body Press is coming next. But I'm 4 times resistant to Body Press. So... I can stay in here. I might just click Fire Blast again when Rotom Wash comes in. And once again, I think I can stay in here. He's just gonna Volt Switch or... He wants Zeraora back in. That's the only thing that can kill the Slowking. With Assault Vest. And he also wants to get rid of the Assault Vest using Knockoff. So I need to devote my resources to killing Zeraora at this point. Thunder Wave probably coming in here. So I'll switch back to Amoonguss. Yeah. So now Magnezone is very low. He probably wants Tapu Koko to come back in, and he doesn't have a sleeping Pokemon anymore. I'll just click Giga Drain. He could just sack the Magnezone here. Zapdos comes in. Yeah. That's probably I probably should have expected that, but okay. Extra Sensory. I forgot what he used that on. He used it on Amoonguss. But he probably still has Hurricane. I would not be surprised. I'll send Slowking back in, see what he goes for. Extra Sensory does not do very much at all. So... Ice Beam is my move for Zapdos. He hasn't seen it yet, so I'm just gonna click it. Volt Switch. Probably into Rotom again? Or Zeraora? Zeraora's in. That does a chunk. I'm not gonna let this knock off my Assault Vest. I'm just gonna switch back to Amoonguss, let him knock off my Black Sludge. And try to Spore this. If he clicks Bulk Up, I can go with Tune Heligo and outspeed with what's it called? With the Choice Scarf. Orca comes in, that does get rid of my spore. So my healing is gone. This probably volt switches. I'm just gonna click synthesis. I think synthesis's power is weakened in electric swing. Zapdos comes in again. And I do... This is a problem now. Electric broken, I guess, and extra sensory for a chunk. I have shown Ice Beam now, and last time he just volt switched. I'll just click Ice Beam again. Like, I can keep healing Slowking while whittling down the Zeraora, and he doesn't really have much to kill the Slowking with Assault Vest back on. I'm not gonna let him knock off. Rotom Wash. Back to Amoonguss. It has Regenerator, so I can just keep doing this. I'm not letting him Thunder Wave, and I'm not letting him knock off. And just keep using that condition to switch back and forth. So we can get his Zapdos back in, but it doesn't really matter. I can stay in for a turn even. And Electric Terrain's gone, so I can explore the Zapdos. Volt Switch immediately into Coco, probably. Sure. And click Synthesis. Zapdos back in, I heal up. And the cycle continues, so I go to Slowking. Volt Switch immediately into Zeraora. I mean, he can keep Volt Switching as much as he wants, but I can just keep using Regenerator to do the same thing. And it doesn't matter. He has almost nothing he can do to me. Quick Giga Drain, we want to knock down the Zeraora if we can. Zapdos back in. I get paralyzed because, of course. And now that Electric Terrain is gone, he's probably going to click Volt Switch and go to Tapu Koko. I wonder if I one-shot with Nihilego. I don't want to try it. I'd rather just keep switching between my win conditions and just hard switches to Koko. He's not even going to click Volt Switch. He goes for the Volt Switch into Zapdos. My Synthesis will heal me. That's 2 PP gone. Extra Sensory actually does a pretty hefty chunk. My Foul Play doesn't do an insane amount. I'm not able to Spore it right now. Extra Sensory. So he usually goes into... Let me just check what he's been doing. When he Volt Switches on Slowking, he went to Zeraora. So I will go for Sludge Bomb here. I feel like... And he actually predicts that and goes to Magnezone. Nice play. Okay. That's alright, though. I will go to Nidoking. Sack it if need be. And I'm immune to Volt Switch. He's probably going to Rotom next. So... Ice Beam for the freeze chance, I guess. He's not staying in, I don't think. Unless he really just wants to sacrifice this thing. I'll go over Flamethrower, so if he does, on the off chance he does stay in, I'll get the kill. And he does stay in. I will probably sack Nidoking now. Depending on what's next. Rotom Wash comes in. I mean, it's just switch to Amoonguss. Hydro Pump for 20%. And I'll click Synthesis on his Volt Switch. Back to Coco. No, it's actually Zapdos. I heal up. We go again. If he does click Volt Switch here, I can try... The Coco with the leftovers is the only thing stopping me from just whittling down his team completely. Because other than that, he's not too great. And then I still have that like win condition in the back of with Slowking. Okay, he's probably going. I'll still go to Slowking regardless of what he does. It doesn't really matter. If he had bulk up Zero Aura, he would have used it by now. And back. Although I have like a small win condition now of just spam Sludge Wave and win. Knock off. Go for the Giga Drain. Coco comes back in so he can't get spored. That actually did a lot. Have I not hit that thing with Giga Drain before? Probably going to go for a Volt Switch into Zapdos now. I wish I had like a teleport so I could switch out before he makes the move. Just go for Foul Play. I could stay in for a turn. Okay. Turn 50. Zapdos. Foul Play. Does 15%. And that's just another chunk knocked off his health. Slowking. Roost on the Zapdos. That is a problem. Usually switches to Zero Aura or Rotom here. But now he doesn't have the, now he doesn't have the Magnezone to stop me from using Sludge Bomb here. So I can click Sludge Bomb and whittle down something. Rotom comes in. I click Sludge Bomb. That does a chunk. And I switch anyway because I don't want to get paralyzed. Hydro Pump misses. So now we know the Roost Zapdos, which I should have probably expected, but still came as kind of a surprise. Electric Terrain is gone, so I'm going to send Tapu Koko back in to get it back up. But he might not want to take another Giga Drain, so I could try Spore on this turn. I'm going to, actually. I mean, I don't really have a punish. If he goes into top. Okay. And I hit the Spore on the Zapdos. That is huge. Now I'm going to switch to my Heligo. And he stays asleep. And now I click Power Gem. And he does that. Unless he's... Is he Scarfed? I have not considered the possibility that this thing is Scarfed. I think I'm going to switch straight into Amoonguss because I feel like this thing could be Scarfed. He has not stayed in for more than a turn, so I can't confirm that he is or isn't Scarfed. I will switch to Amoonguss here. And the fact that he switched to it so quickly makes me think that this thing would be Scarfed to get rid of my Nihilego, because that's the thing he was scared of. And I'm going to go straight back to Nihilego here. Wakes up and defogs for some reason. Well, he showed me his last move now. But Extra Sensory is the best he can do to me here. Big Power Gem. For a crit and 89%, Extra Sensory will not kill me. And now he's probably got to sack something to get his other thing safely back in. Tapu Koko comes in immediately and dies. Okay. And now I boost Zero Auras in. I don't know if this is Scarfed either. So we're going to do the same thing and not even worry about it by switching back into Amoonguss. That is his last electric terrain. Now that Coco's dead, he can't get it back up. Foul play here, because that's better against Zero Aura. And good game. Whew, win through attrition. Like we thought, Toxapex was just a sack, and I didn't even use Crobat at all. I didn't even need to. I put the Focus Sash on it in case I needed to kill Raichu in a pinch. But that was just like a bunch of like, make sure he can't ever reach any of his win conditions. GG.